Hello and welcome, friends, to another draft here on Magic Arena. My name is Matthew. Let's just jump right into a draft, shall we? Been having some issues with video recording recently. Um, when I go to stop recording a video, it crashes or something. Some of the time, so lost a couple of videos that way. Hopefully, we don't repeat that today. I'm sure it's a user error because they were going fine for a while. So we'll see. But regardless, I'm happy to play some Avatar, have some fun with it, try to do some shenanigans, maybe do something fair like allies or whatever. But I like the 4 or 5 color decks. For some reason, it's just a lot of fun for me. Speaking of a lot of fun, Ran and Shaw, super fun card. 5 mana, 4/4 flyer with Firebending 2. And when it enters, if you have 3, basically just 3 lessons in your graveyard, you get a copy of it. And obviously, that's very good in kind of just the lessons deck. And not really outside of it. If you're not playing it for the that value, it is just a 5 mana 4/4 flyer, which is a little under curve, even with its ability. It's just okay. That said, I do think it would still be better than the rest of the cards in this pack. The Fortune Teller is very good. Same with Waterbending Lessons and Sold Out and the Kyoshi Warriors, but I don't think any of them approach a 5 mana 4/4 flyer. And this guy can only get better. Notably, Paku would be very good, so hopefully that wheels, but it probably won't. All right, wow. We got past one of the, if not the best card in the entire format. That is ridiculous. What would you take over this? Like a second United Fronts? A legend of something? That's crazy. Well, obviously, we're going to take that. That card is just, wow. That is a gift, truly a gift. If this was not in the pack, the things that jump out to me is kind of just Iroh's Demonstration. Like, that's, I think, a good margin, the best card. Especially would be the best follow-up to take Ran and Shaw. So, I mean, Reinforcements is fine. Daily Agents, bit missed the mark this format, but I think in general it's a strong type of card. Just doesn't fit the format very well. It can have its moments, though. Fire Nation Warship is one that is kind of a nice one. I like it quite a bit. Outside of that, nothing really too notable. I mean, some filler cards, but wow, holy cow. I mean, if someone really doesn't want to play United Front, we will happily acquiesce and take it. So given that, maybe I should just take the Water Tribe Captain here. I mean, white-red, lessons, allies, could be a thing. So, okay, this pack, the cards that I'm seriously considering are like Paku. Okay, first off, our rare is kind of cute, but it's not particularly good. I really like it, though. Waterbender's Ascension basically lets you eventually start drawing cards if they deal damage. I think more importantly, target creature can't be blocked this turn, but even that's a little expensive for an enchantment that doesn't do anything for at least a while. So, that said, we have a choice between Paku, the Water Tribe Captain, I guess a Lost Days, and a Fire Nation Cadets. I mean, Ran and Shaw is good. I think this card is just so replaceable. I'm going to take the Fire Nation Cadet. No, let's just take Paku. You know, I kind of panicked and just chose it. I don't think any of those cards were particularly better than the rest. So now we've got an interesting one. We got Spirit Water Revival, which I don't think has a high win rate. I'm going to double check. I don't usually go too much off the numbers. I can't imagine this thing's got high. So 55% win rate on 17 lands, which is, it's okay. Which means it's about average. But then we also have the Hermetic Herbalist, which I like that a lot. And that apparently, just because I've got the data up, is 57%. So a little bit better. Fits Paku, kind of fits the lessons. Notably, none of these cards I would be happy to take if I was like a white X allies deck. These are all fairly weak. I guess the Rebuke, I suppose. But I mean, I'm just happy to take the Herbalist and try to splash for the United Fronts if we aren't primarily. Well, okay. I mean, Avatar Enthusiast is quite nice when it comes to like United Fronts. Like I could have a Water Tribe Captain and an Enthusiast. I don't know. That said, I'm not super thrilled about the idea. I think we have a very good lesson start as well. So that kind of leaves me at a point thinking maybe I just take the Sokka here and then try to just be 4 colors splashing with the fronts. Yeah, I don't think that's a downside. I think I'm just going to take Sokka. and kind of just plan to be a multicolored, multifaceted deck. This pack, Zhong the Deserter is kind of nice. Lets you copy a spell later in the turn. So you can activate this during combat, and then after combat, activate it, which is very nice. Hey, Baze is kind of a fun little one to sacrifice things, get counters. We're not really that deck, so we're not going to take that. So now it's kind of between, I think, the Enthusiasts, Zhong, and Bending Lessons. I'm just going to take the Water Bending Lessons here. I think that's something that I'm going to be quite content to have in my deck. And now, probably the best card here is the Deserter. I just don't think Energy Bending's very good. So, I don't know, maybe we are going more Blue X or whatever, which would be fine. No, now we're getting a Professor Zay. Double Heibei with United Front. Could have been a kind of fun little bit of synergy. Not interested in this dual land. We'll take the Professor Zay. And the Paku Wield. I think I'd just take the second Waterbending Lesson, actually. Yeah, well, maybe that's not true. We already have, I guess we just have the one. It's kind of tempting, but I think I'll just take the Waterbending Lesson. Now I could take the Otter Penguin. The Musician isn't bad, though. I don't know. I'd like to not start with it, but I would. I'd play it. And now this is all kind of just some filler. I just don't like any of these cards. And it seems like everyone else agrees. Maybe the Water Skin. All right. Wow. All right. So we're very white-blue. Maybe we don't do this red stuff. Maybe we don't do this green stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Katara, the Water Tribe's Hope. 5 mana for a 3/3 Vigilant that comes in with a 1/1 ally creature token. With Waterbend X, you can only activate this on your turn, but creatures you control become base power and toughness of XX, which is just absolutely mockers. And she's, yeah, 62%. That's crazy. Other cards of note, I mean, I guess I like Deadly Precision and Octopus Form. Both are decent, but I mean, it's very clearly we just take Katara. Now we've got a choice of a couple cards. I mean, speaking of the things that I'm not going to take here, I guess Lightning Strike is very good. It's nice, but it's not a lesson for our Ran and Shaw. Though at this point, I mean, I might just be content to be blue-red, or blue-white, excuse me. We'll see where that goes. In the meantime, Knowledge Seeker is very good. Path to Redemption, as well as Forecasting Fortune Teller. We're going to take one of these 3 2-drops, and I think I'm going to take the Knowledge Seeker. I think it just is kind of standout. We have a lot of ways of drawing extra cards to trigger this. And then it just trades. You're happy to trade it, so yeah. Well, it turns out we can have as many Master Pakus as we want. The question is, do we want many Master Pakus? Many Master Pakus. That's kind of a tongue twister. Anyways, the other card I could consider taking here would be like Aang's Journey or a Glider Kids, and, you know, I'm kind of down to Paku it up. Kind of down to clown, as the kids say. They don't say that. The second Katara, this one is a lot worse, to be honest. So, Katara the Fearless, whenever an ally trigger it an additional time. So that would work well with something like Master Paku or Zhongzhong's Deserters. Both would be fine. I think, though, this pack, regardless of the direction that we go, we would be quite happy to have a North Pole Gates. We'll take that here. And now there's a Boomerang Basics, which is quite nice. There's a Redirect Lightning, which is kind of cute, but I don't think it's very good. Allows you to change the target of spell or ability with a single target, which, unfortunately, there's just a lot of things that target multiple things at once. So, I mean, yeah, that is the way it is. Here, I mean, I could take a Cycle of Renewal or something, but this pack, green, has not been very, very open. So we'll take the Boomerang Basics, which will be just great regardless of what we do. Okay, now we've got kind of a choice of Gather the White Lotus and I guess Sunblessed Peak. I mean, our deck is looking like it's going to be quite blue-focused at the moment. This could be a sign to just be more mono-whites. Or at the very least have like 8 or 9 planes. I probably would want to run like 10-ish to get this to work, so I'm going to take the land here. And maybe we get there. Wow, Earth King's Lieutenant. That's... Speaking of cards with an incredibly high win rate, this guy has a 60% win rate, so very strong card. 2 mana 1/1 that is Athalia's lieutenant, if you remember back in the day. Puts counters on creatures when it enters, and when other creatures enter, it gets a thing. So probably going to take that and see if we end up making it work, because, I mean, all of our things are allies at the moment, but Fox Bears would be fine. Octopus Form and Glider Kids also would be okay pickups. I'll speculate on this a little bit. I think we're going to have to do something like this regardless. Here, none of these are allies. None of them are lessons that I like. Very, very down on Origin and Metal Ending. It's never good enough. There's too many things that do something that isn't destroying. The counter can sometimes be neat, but I still don't think that's, something to consider. This pack, I don't really like this card. It's just not going to take it. So I'm either taking this Waterbender or I'm taking a land. I'll just take a land. I don't think that's where I'm going to be at. Here, I actually am kind of down to take an Abandoned Attachments. Zuko's Conviction could be kind of spicy. But I think I'll just take this. Lowen Lee, there's just really nothing in this pack. A Cat Owl, a Zuko's Exile. I'll just take the Exile, I guess. I think I got enough playables regardless. That'll just be content and get a lot of black cards, but none of them are very good. In general, I think you should stay out of black-green as an archetype, but this is a reason to be in it. Obviously, we're not going to be doing that here, but it is worth noting that this is a good card. 4 mana 4/4 that just says when it dies, Earthbend 4, and then it only gets better from there. I mean, there are ways to deal with it without dealing with that, but like it's quite annoying. Otherwise, I like Twin Blades. Rock Launch is a lot of fun, though obviously not doing that because we have no forests, and we might play a forest. Foggy Swamp Keepers can be very good as well. Honestly, our deck would kind of go well with it, but I think with United Front and whatnot, I don't really think... Oh, I need to think. We'll just take Guru. Kind of panicked grab, but yeah. This guy is good. It's good value. I had just a few seconds to look, so... Yeah. It's double blues for our deck at the moment, and again, we might not be doing these green things, but it's worth considering. Now, this pack has a Earth Kingdom Jailer, which is a quite nice card. Just a Path to Exile, or sort of on a stick. It's kind of fun. Now, this pack, I mean, I'm not going to talk about a lot of these cards because I don't think I've got the time. Air Nomad Legacy, Creatures with Flying, which is very few of mine, so we're not going to be playing that. But I wanted this to be good. So we're going to decide between Lost Days and maybe a Meditation Pool. I mean, at the moment, we're not doing this red thing, so probably going to get that up. The question will be, do we do this green thing? I think I'm actually happy enough to just take Lost Days. And if we get there, we get there. And if we don't, that's fine. Airbending Lessons seems like exactly the card that we're looking for. Just a bit of interaction in a deck that's probably lacking it otherwise. So we'll take that. And now we've got not much here. This pack, the best card is, I guess, the Earth Kingdom Jailer. Not really playing Platypus Bear, Inspector, or any of these cards. Maybe I could take the Rumble Arena. That doesn't really seem like it's going to be good, though. At the moment, it looks like we're just going to not do these things, which, you know, eyeballing it now, maybe we don't have that as a choice. Sure, we'll take that. Another... I mean, there is a limit to how many of these things you want to run. However, as greedy as I am, the limit does not exist. I mean, otherwise I'm just taking a Rubaru, a Rabaru, and a Cat Owl, so we'll take another one, sure. A blue-red duel, which actually, you know, it kind of does open up things a bit. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, sure. I'll game. Ooh, that's a really late Watery Grasp. This is an excellent removal spell. It's not a lesson, but that hardly matters at 1 mana. Now an Octopus Form. Man, this Foggy Swamp Keeper actually would be really good in this deck too. But I do not mind that. I like the Sparring Dummy. This doesn't seem like the deck for it, but if someone's playing Shrines, I'll give it to them. Free 20 gems, yes please. And then a Platypus Bear? I mean, maybe. Okay, well, we ended up a little playable shy, playing some filler, but I do think given where we're standing, I'm going to be happy to splash red for Sokka, and that feels pretty awful, doesn't it? I think that's something. I mean, I have enough to make it work, but like on one hand, I would play the mountain just because it's a plains that taps for Professor Zay. It doesn't seem like I want to do that though. Yeah, honestly, we're just not gonna do that. I don't think. Well, okay, I said I was gonna play it, then I just took it out. The same note, I'm not gonna play the engine room because that one does not contribute to our mana base. So if we're not gonna do that, I probably would just play the little otter penguin. And this has us at 21 playable, so we need to put a couple cards in the deck, but not really that many. Regrets have been made slightly, we'll say. You know, actually, I think I will do it. I think because it lets me play the Earth Kingdom Lieutenants, we will play the Herbalist. We'll cut some of the worst cards, and now we're barely over. And now it's like I might as well try Ranon Shaw. We got the Water Skin as 1 red source. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's kind of rough. But I guess I do also have this Hermetic Herbalist. And then ways to like filter with the attachments and Zay. And then if I just need to discard it, I can just discard it to the attachments and stuff. So I think that's totally fine. We are sitting at 17 lands. Guru gets Lessons, Sagas, or Shrines, which at the moment is 8. Which is probably enough to Ranon Shaw, considering 3 of them are Waterbending Lessons, which themselves are 1, and then they would let me discard 1 if I wanted to. So the weakest card's probably Otter Penguin. You know, the Herbalist is looking pretty bad if it wasn't for the Earth Kingdom's Lieutenant. So if I'm just going to play 3 colors and not green, I cut those 2. Like, this is a good green card, but we're sitting at only 8 allies. If I was more like 12 allies, maybe we were happy. Like, obviously it goes nuts with the front, but I just, you know, we just accept that. That's good. I mean, actually, looking at it a bit more, our deck is mostly blue with obviously some pretty good white stuff. So I probably just want to make sure I've got that kind of at its core figured out. Yeah. You know, probably should have just gone all in on this white plan when I got past a United Front and opened a Katara. So that's probably on me for just trying to make this Ranon Shaw. This card, I love it so much. I just keep baiting myself into playing it, truthfully. So this is not with land. That is with lands, okay. Who am I kidding? Live the dream, you know what I'm saying? So it's 3 sources for... Maybe I wouldn't play the Herbalist, but I would play the Earth King's Lieutenant. Nah, it's just not good enough. So we'll just play a couple filler cards, and that's going to be okay. We still play the Ranon Shaw, because it doesn't really stop our ability to splash for it. We're missing out on a Herbalist as a way to get another red source, but if it doesn't work, we have 3 ways to discard it. Actually, 4 ways, 5 ways to discard it. So that is something to be content about. And I guess I could play the Platypus Bear. The Self-Mill isn't unwanted. No real ways of fetching from my graveyard, but I guess it's probably fine. I will very likely have... I guess what's my curve look like? Do I need another cheap 2? I mean, that's never a bad thing necessarily, but I guess I could play 1 Leaper. It's like kind of nice. Okay. Sweet. Well, this is the deck, for better or worse. Oh, we don't need these forests. Get out of here. And that's 8 blue, which obviously we probably want kind of a critical mass. So we've got 2 mountains and a Bender Skin to support Sokka and Ranon Shaw, which is probably not worth it. I know I keep going back and forth on this, and I think the end answer is I just shouldn't do it. Just trying with all my might to make it work, and I think at the end of the day, a Platypus Bear And a Geyser Leaper is going to be better than trying to play a 5-mana 2-red land. Ugh. And then for non-basics, we would play the Sunblessed Peak because for the aforementioned Professor... Professor Zayre's and Beacon Plains. And we would not play the blue-red duel since that doesn't actually do anything for us. So now we're at 16 to 13 lands. 4 more lands. Probably 2, so that's 10 blue. And that's 8 white. That's probably correct. Like, we operate quite well with blue sources, and like late game, we play the Waterfront. And then we also have the Water Skin, though at this point, given we're just playing the 2 colors, I think I cut the Water Skin. And yeah, hope that it all works out. If I end up accidentally milling United Front with Platypus Bear, Professor Zay can get it back. So, okay. This is what we ended up with. I had a dream of multicolored fun, but I mean, hey, sometimes it'd be like that. Rocking 40 cards, 8 white sources, and 10 blue sources. 13 creatures, 10 non-creatures. A nice little curve, a little higher than average, but I think this is obviously quite an enjoyable little deck. Man, do I have another? If I had literally any other cheap white card or blue card, I would play it. But I don't think I do, and I don't think I'd want to. Like, we have enough interaction, I think, to not need to run like a Zuko's Lesson, or Zuko's Exile, rather. So I think this is fine. You know, deck ended up being pretty good. It's got a lot of oomph. Like, we're relying very heavily on our bombs. But that is how it goes sometimes. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the drafts. Let's have some good matches, all right? All right. We have an Abandoned Attachments with a Knowledge Seeker and a Grasp. That seems like a good start to me. And a Paku as well. Interesting. The Pretending Poxbear. Eh? Well, this... I mean, Paku blocks it so effectively that I think I kind of want to just do that. Spirit Oasis. Okay. Bet. That's awesome. Okay, we got our white source. We just played our Knowledge Seeker. Hold up. We just chill. Oh, dang. Okay. They came to play. Alrighty. I can airbend one of the tokens. And draw a card. I do like the idea of just drawing a bunch of cards here, though. Yeah. I'm pretty content to do that. Triple Island. Gonna decline to pay 2. And then them having a bunch of bluff makes me want to discard just a Deserter. I don't know. I got a lot to do with my mana. And I don't think I need another 2-drop right here, so... we'll just chill. Another Oasis. Alright, alright. I mean, the blue and the red ones are very good, of course. They get an extra token, they draw 2 cards, then they draw a card because the first one saw the thing, so they're, you know, they're going hard here. I mean, they could have a lot of instants and sorceries that would just eat my Master Paku. I think I'm gonna say, show me. Yeah, see, that's like one that would have, I think, done it regardless. Now, what they should have done is let damage happen. No, actually, I'd have to think about the math on that one. As far as, like, what would have gained them the most life there. But I suppose that did the most damage to me, like it dealt an extra damage versus gaining an extra life. Alright, well I have Katara, Water Tribe's Hope. I'd rather deploy, or be just a little bit further ahead on board. So I guess what I just do here is just start by... Got Vigilance. Probably block there and there, so we'll just Water Tribe. Or Airbending less than a token. Get my guy as a 3-3. Or a 4-3 rather. Now they get their token on the backside, but I think that's fine. Followed up with Platypus Bear. Mill a couple cards. Basics is another good way to deal with kind of the go wide of what they got. Okay. The Leaper is a good card. Doesn't do as enough here. So I guess I could start by banning attachments, draw an extra card. I could Geyser, play a land, and then... No, that doesn't seem very good. I could play this, Grasp on their Leaper. Cycle it, because they can still block if I don't tap it. A lot of good options. I think I like attachments first. We'll see. Okay, so their last card in hand's probably an Octopus form. Might not be. I forget what else they could have, but something like that. So we do this. I think we just Watery Grasp. I actually think I like deploying the Messenger Hawk. We'll just chill one turn. Again, Katara is going to just be really insane. I mostly just expected them to... just cycle it there or something like that. Or Octopus form it, rather. This must be like an Airbend or something. Avatar's Wrath, you say, huh? Well, that does pretty effectively deal with my board. It turns out my decision to play it the way I did was kind of tough. So Avatar's Wrath basically reads... Airbend the board except for one creature, and then your opponents can't cast spells that were waterbent to the previous turn. And good card. I mean, at this point, they lost a token, which is kind of lost. I mean, I did lose the Watery Grasp, so that was very good, of course. Okay. Well, we have access to 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, 8 mana. We can play all of our things back out, and then maybe draw an extra card. Taking 5 down to 3, potentially more if they attack with all of these things. I mean, if I attack with both, I could just make this huge, right? Messenger Hawk's kind of free. It waterbends too. Guru and United Fronta. Well, next turn we can kind of pop off. I might as well just draw the card now. Alright, Professor Zay. I guess I should have done that before, probably playing the Platypus Bear. No, I guess I was not gonna do anything but that, so I think we attack with the ally. I'll make it a 5/5 so we can eat. Nah, I think we just can chill this turn. A second Avatar's Wrath? Are you kidding me? That's insane, my friend. Holy heck. I mean, very good on this board, of course. Sure. You know, you got me. So we can Jailer. Blocks the 2/2. So I guess I could just Lost Days this guy. I guess I'd have to do it after the cycle, which is probably fine. Can't cast those this turn. So the question is, do I get to Zay? And I don't think the answer is yes. If I had a second cheap creature, I could consider that, but I think I'm chill. Wait until after they scry. Granted, this makes me lose to a couple more things, but I don't think by that much. Okay. Well, that doesn't change much of the equation. Alright. That kind of came out of nowhere. Dang, lost a double Wrath. On a kind of a go-wide strat. I mean, United Front is not very good against Avatar's Wrath, that's for sure. Crazy. You know what? I've been paused this whole game, so I don't really know when I've last paused it. Hopefully it wasn't too scuffed. Anyways, it's been kind of this grindy back and forth deck where they've been playing kind of just slow stuff and not attacking, kind of killing my board. Yeah, that's kind of what's happened so far. I kind of led on Knowledge Seeker, which was a mistake. I should have led with Master Paku when they ended up having the Boiling Rock right here. I think even in a vacuum that's the right choice. We've got a good hand. We just need to play around all of the rest of their stuff. And I was kind of just saying that I would think I want to play a Guru here. Just trying to maximize value. Crack a clue. And at this point, be kind of content. Okay, North Pole. That's Octopus Form Basics. Definitely just take that, I think. I mean, now they know I've got it, which makes them maybe less inclined to attack. Yeah, so we're not... No attacks, no blocks, but I think Lightning Strike, Fire Nation attacks did change the equation enough. They got it. Oh, man. They got it. Oh, okay, we're going to get to see it. That's exciting. It's almost tempting to leave the clue out there for Katara. mean, they know about the octopus form too, so. We just chill. This is going to be one of them games. Katara, I think, is going to outmatch Zuko, I believe, but we will find out. Being able to Boiling Rock Rioteer is obviously very nice. So they're going to get just an absolute crapload of mana, and they will also put counters on their things from this. Because of the Fire Nation attacks coming in from exile. Sure. You know, I didn't think that that's how that worked exactly, but... Okay. Well, moving to blocks, they all become 3/3s. So Guru is a free block, Katara is a free block. And then it's like, I guess I could just... take 6, take 8. I don't know, maybe just chump the enthusiast. Or, I mean, I could maybe crack back, but these are untapped, so that is something to consider. Yeah, I actually do think I'm on the defensive here. Let me think about this. They'll have 3 blockers with the Boiling Rock Rioteer. I will have, you know, say I didn't block. I could block one less thing for sure. Take 3, 6, 9. I could actually, like, just block like this. Take 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 4 attackers. They have 1, 2, 3 blockers. Maybe I hit one of my non-removals, I guess, which is, I guess, Octopus Form or Lost Days. No, I don't think that's worth it. So we're going to kind of go with our original game plan. Sure, I'm fine with this. It's kind of an interesting choice, I won't lie. Because now they can't cast that. I mean, they know I have the Octopus Form. Now I have 4 lethal creatures, maybe? That's fine. So we attack with 3 creatures. That was such a bizarre non-activating of their thing. 4, 7, 8, 9. I can make all my creatures 9/9s, but then I wouldn't be able to hold up the Octopus Form, which is probably necessary. They probably have like a sold out or something, would be my guess. So maybe I just, this turn, I end up playing 2 creatures, playing a land, saying pass, because I'll have 7, 5, and then 2, so I have 1 mana left over. Actually, I think... Wow, you almost really screwed me over, Mana Tapper. Playing this because I actually think I'd be content to tap that dude. And then I think I just attack with maybe Katara here. Yeah, I mean, if I attack with 2 things, it kind of forces a block. No, it doesn't anymore. See, now I think I just win next turn for sure. And we get to chill. June Bounty Hunter. Well, that's a good card. Okay, I'm going to hold full control because I absolutely cannot tap out of my blue source here, but I can activate this. This is their end step, so we do get to do this. Okay. So I can just attack with... They have black mana open, or they had it last turn, but now they don't. So my guess is maybe they don't actually have anything. I mean, I can make all my creatures 8/8s at this point, or 9/9s, or 8/8s. And they can block all 4 of the ground creatures, but that's still just really bad for them. Oh, she has Vigilance too. You know, I probably should have known that. I mean, if they don't block all everywhere, so they just kind of lose. Katara. Can't attack or block, so I might as well do 5, 6, 7. Airbend their Rioteer. Okay, if that's what they had, then A-okay. Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't have just done that earlier. That's crazy. Yeah. Katara does her thing once again. Sorry about the not getting the full one on that one, but that one was just they started off so weird. It was like turn 2 Firebender Ascension with playing like red-white, and I'm like, all right, they're kind of an aggro deck. I'll play the Knowledge Seeker, try to trade, get that incremental value. And I had like a few ways to draw cards, but it just felt irrelevant if they were going to try to overrun me. And I'm like, well, trade with their 2/2. Sure. I didn't really want them to get the free counters on the Ascension either, so it was just like, it felt correct, because it would have been many, many turns before that would have happened. And, well, I think we did it correctly in the end. Yeah, not really sure. Maybe they were holding up Airbending Lesson for something. That's what they had the whole time. Turns out I could have just won like a couple turns earlier. I don't know. Yeah, that's a head scratcher. I'm not really sure. I'm glad they tried to make Fire Lord Zuko work, but then they didn't really try to make him work. Like, they just abandoned him the second it was like they might have died. I don't know. I think they absolutely should have cast it, but that's not for me to decide. All right, and we have found an opponent. This hand seems fine. I think we just go Paku into hold up Paku, or hold up Octopus form. You know, there may be some merit into waiting until turn 3 to play him, just because our hand kind of is dependent on him, but if we draw something on turn 2, maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. Like, I'd probably play Professor Zay over it, but I think when they just go plains, we just have to curve out. Momo, Playful Pet, you say, huh? Well, that card's obviously quite annoying. And it has Vigilance, so you don't ever get to do the thing to it, so I don't know, maybe they'll choose to scry. Avatar Enthusiast. Well, that's certainly one that we're comfortable getting rid of. think we just go like this. This is going to make him a 2/4, and they're not going to block. And I'm not blocking the Enthusiast on my turn, at least, so... Yikes, that's a lot of lands. Definitely discarding that. Getting that train... Wow, that was like a lot of lands. You know, I might even be inclined to bounce the Master Paku here. I mean, if they go crazy and play like Kyoshi Warriors or something. But no, I think even if they did that, I would just... Well, Suki's a good one, yeah. How do I want to play this? Well, Katara does change things a little bit, we'll say. So Suki's power equal to the number of creatures you control, and whenever she attacks, she creates an ally that's tapped and attacking, which is quite good, of course. So, knowing all of this, and we're going to want to hold up Octopus Form and Katara on subsequent turns. The question is, how do I most take advantage of my mana this turn? I could just Watery Grasp the Enthusiast, and then bounce the Suki. I could also bounce my Paku, replay and have a card drawn. If I do this, now that means if I Octopus Form... Still self-milling here. I don't think there's any world where you're supposed to block that, but if they do, I'll take it, right? This might be a little greedy, but I think I will do it. And I tapped my mana wrong, I think. No, I didn't. Oh, what I could interestingly do is bounce the Watery Grasp next turn, too, to draw a card and replay it on something else. Yeah, I think I'm content with that. We've dealt with two of their big threats. Granted, we did have to lose our Octopus Form, which, you know, that could cost us. Well, there goes our Grasp. Fair enough. Fair enough. It did reset the Avatar Enthusiast for what it's worth, but, yeah. I think we just go Katara. Hope you like lands. Okay, well, we're kind of tapped out here. But I can start making my creatures 7/7s. And that's obviously pretty big. They could have allies at last. 2 allies doing 2 and 1 damage to Katara. Obviously, that would be pretty good, but... You know, if they don't have anything, I think we're in a pretty decent position. Yeah, that's just... I mean, that's good, right? That is good. Momo obviously gets in for that. And now we just play this. We can attack for 21. Like, that's at least 1 chump. Or actually 8/8. So 2, they need to chump with 2 things here, actually. And if they do, kind of depends on what they block with, right? We can just do X is 5, and then Katara, or then Waterbending Lesson right afterwards. Yeah. Or having Vigilance, super massive. Like, this card is just disgusting. And then I can't say that I Turtle Luck is a good card, but everything else I've seen is pretty good, so. Okay, so I just have to activate this. Is a 3. They could put a counter on something. Yeah, it's decent. I don't think that there's a world where they get to kill me, that was the thing. Yeah, that's obviously quite fantastic. You get to eat their board. And now they're left with that. I mean, I guess if they have a way to kill my... or deal with my Kiyoshi... or, sorry, Katara. We're kind of okay. If they have the fight spell, that would be good. Obviously, nothing we can do about that. They just need, like, a piece of interaction. Like, if they have... Now, that's not going to do it, but that's obviously quite decent. I think attacking is a little risky, but... So I can Jailer and... So I can Jailer the Enthusiast. And then Lost Days the Kiyoshi Warrior. I mean, I am at 5, and I do need to respect that. If I Lost Days, Paku does get to kill them, or at least mill that card. I mean, if I attack with everything, they just block, whatever, and attack me back. So I think this turn we set up. Oh, and I get the clue token too, so I actually can attack with Katara too if I want. No, I can't do that actually. Wow, that would have been a really bust card to hit. I don't know. On one hand, maybe it was the captives that was more of a threat, but that let me attack this turn. They're down to 15 cards, so I mean, Paku might get there, but probably won't. Ascension, Wrath, a bunch of flyers. Yeah, the deck looks solid. Again, if they can deal with Katara here, we are still very much in trouble. But I think if they would have done it, they could have done it, they would have done it last turn. And now maybe they're considering the chump game plan, but the enthusiast, like get rid of the Kingdom Jailer. I don't know. Looks like they're debating. Oh, Leaves from the Vine. Mill 3, make a food. And then next turn they get counters on their creatures. And then if they have a lesson or creature in their graveyard, which they very much do, clearly it just works out for them. So here... So I think it's interesting. If they have the Sandbender Storm, destroy a creature with power greater than 4 or greater, what I could do is I could activate it when the spell resolves to down to 1, like Katara down to 1, and then activate her to be big. They can't pay for any of this. We're at 5. We attack, 2 attackers are lethal, so we kind of need to be a little cautious. Well, they do have the Sandbender Storm. Invasion reinforcements. Well, that's a good follow-up. Now they actually don't die. But every creature here is lethal. Because I can pay for 10. So it's just a straight chump around everything. So if we pay for 3... Okay. If they just have like Airbender's Reversal, I guess that's fine. I don't know, maybe I don't need to play that last card. Yeah. They are off of it. We played around some other things that they could have. They kind of needed to have a full board to jump with. Crazy that Katara could hit for 10. We didn't take the most aggressive line, and it looks like that paid off. No, the deck was kind of sweet. I think it was playing a little bit too much filler. But it had pieces that were just fantastic. You know, Suki, like going Momo and Avatar enthusiasts into Suki, like that's very strong, of course. Thankfully, Katara is just a busted card, and you should not play her. You should always play her, for sure. All right, we are 4-1. Let's try make this a successful draft. 4 wins, I think, is a good baseline to have, but this deck, I think, should average maybe 5 or 6. Like, I'm not a perfect player by any stretch. But the games we are allowed to extend the game long enough to have 6, 7 mana with Katara or United Front, like, then we're going to win those games. And games where we get overran because we're playing, you know, 2, 4, 3 flyers for 5 mana, we'll lose those. So just have to hope we avoid that situation, and we kind of just get to play our game plan. Triple Island, Waterbending Lesson, Lost Days, but it has a United Front. On the draw, without a Plains, I think I mulligan. And that one hurts me. It hurts me a lot. But if I, like, just didn't play anything on the first 4 turns of the game, and, like, I guess I have a lot of 1s and 2s that I could draw, but, like, you know, don't think that that's good enough. Black-green with Obsessive Pursuit. Well, black-green is nothing special, but having the, that is just obviously very good. Maybe they just crack the clue now. So we do get to hit them for a decent bit now. So they are clearly kind of multicolored shenanigans. Which, you know, if you're a long-time watcher of the channel, you'll understand that that's something that we appreciate quite a bit here. But we just kind of got to try to avoid them getting to crack this for big value. Okay. So now I could either Waterbending Lesson or Otter Penguin. And then crack a clue, of course, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I think I just want to draw 3. Discard, I guess. I mean, I could tap this, but I want to attack, so we're going to decline. And then I guess discard a 5 mana creature, especially since we didn't hit the land to cast it. The plane, the island, is a little Depressorino. Badgermole, huh? Fair enough. What you got, my friend? Attack for 2? You should, probably. Okay, so we hit our 5th land, kind of right on time. So clearly we play that. Now the question is going to be, do I just play a 4/3 flyer? I mean, that does a decent job here. I could hold up Lost Days. Because I guess what they could do is they could crack Lost Days on a creature this turn. Like, I don't really think that that's what I want to be doing. That's a tough one. I'm not really sure. Like, we're playing a lot of filler too, so I guess I should probably stop overestimating my deck like that. We have 1 timer, 13 life. They can crack that to gain potentially 7 life. That's the thing that's spooky, is what I'm trying to say. Is like, so I think what I do here is I play the Otter Penguin. We pass, and then I just get to airbend if they put like triple crack or something. I guess if they put it on the forest, then we don't get to go off, but yeah, I actually did not consider airbending lesson working out that way. I do, well, actually, no, like, okay, so they're tapping. Got it. All right, so we do kind of get to get him here then. Like, they do get another crack at this dude. But that's next turn. Hmm. I guess if I just bounce their discipline... Or probably more realistically, what I could do is bounce their Obsessive Pursuit. Though maybe that's just better to crack next turn. There's no way that they're going to be able to get lifelink this next turn. So I'm probably incentivized to just make as much damage as possible. So, yeah, I think the way to do that is to just attack with both. Offer the trade and actually just let that trade happen, I think. I mean, when they give it to me, I'll take it, but didn't feel great. Yeah, I think I still chill. Like, I just think I can tempo them here. Obviously, that's very good. I'm making a second one. Interesting. Again, they're at 10. They're losing out on the Obsessive Pursuit potential, so. Boomy Unleashed? Yeesh. Alright. Well, we can... Lost Days, the Badgermole, we could. Earth Kingdom Jailer, Boomy. Bounce the Badgermole, attack them for 3. Like 4-ish. They might not be able to attack back properly, so. So we Earth Kingdom Jailer, Boomy. We bounce the Badgermole. Essentially, we're casting these 3 spells. I guess I could Katara and then threaten to attack as a 4, but that doesn't sound as appealing. So I think we Jailer, Boomy. Bounce the Badgermole. Then basics the forests. Get them down to 5. They go to 4. They are kind of not in a great position to be able to do too much this turn. They can't attack. Well, I guess they could crack a couple of them and gain life, but then that's kind of their turn. And if they're not gaining life this turn, I think they kind of lose. I mean, Boomy's a sweet card. I would definitely try to splash it. Okay. If I draw a land, I can Lost Days a land. or one of their land creatures. Good Katara. I mean, obviously we played the land, so we've got access to 7 mana, so we can Lost Days, bounce a creature, draw a card. They can block 2 things, which obviously they can block the 2 things that we've done. Otherwise, I play Katara, make all my things 1, 2, 3, 4 4s. Or if I attack with just 2 of them, 5 5s, but that would let them double block. So that's 3 things. Attack with all 3. They would block Earth Kingdom Jailer. They would lose out on... I guess I could just plant a Lost Days there in their turn. And that's probably not good enough. Or I could crack the Otter Penguin. X could be 4. That forces them to block. I don't like that idea, though. I still think we do this. Yeah, we just play Katara. Now they can double block the Otter Penguin or something, but both of these must be blocked. I'm in really no danger of losing here. I mean, that's not true. That's very much not true. I want that to be abundantly clear, but I don't think that that's the case. Now the deck is sweet. It's got interaction. It's got all the pieces you need. Oh wait, I'm dumb. They're gonna go to 1. I'm so dumb. Alright, sorry about the punt, folks. I just forgot that they're gonna go to 1 from this. Yeah, wow, I'm so dumb. I was kind of running out of time. I thought I had the win, but I was like just not doing the math properly. Yeah, we just opened ourselves up to lose for sure. Hopefully that doesn't hurt us. Probably will. I think I deserve to lose now. But I'm not sure if I will. They kind of have to do a lot. That is not a lot. I guess on one hand, that route plays around a single removal spell. Okay, now they're just super dead. Yeah. They're just Omega dead. I gave them an extra turn. I should not have, but I did. And, well, they did not capitalize, thankfully. Basically, again, to reiterate my mistake, they were going to be at 3, and for some reason I just forgot that was going to bring them down to 3, though that is initially what led me to take some time to think about it. And I think I just overthought about it, thinking that Katara was going to win me the game. But the problem with Katara was I could attack with all my creatures and force it chumps, or force blocks, but those blocks weren't great. So that is kind of what my mind and my math was kind of spent considering. And it was good. It was still fine. Getting them to chump with 2 things was nice. And I think they should have double blocked for sure. So that was a mistake that they made. I mean, obviously, like, they were being gifted anything, right? But again, to reiterate, they're going to go to 3 life. I could have just drawn a card in like 2 different ways, like one of these lands, attack for 3. Granted, they still had 2 mana up. So like if they lightning striked, that could have been really bad. And so this line wasn't necessarily bad, but if they did have lightning strike, like, I was already in a lot of trouble. So that's the sort of thing that I think you're not supposed to play around at that point. But I digress, you know. It could have been, I guess, like an Azul Always Lies, though I don't think they had black mana. I think they had red and green. Regardless, we still came out unscathed, and I think I got lucky, and I will take it. Sometimes you need to get a little lucky, you know. All right, Master Paku, this draft very much seems like he comes in pairs. That's okay. I mean, that means we can kind of throw away the first one in like a trade or something. All right, they kept their hand. We keep our hands. Hopefully it works out for us. Platypus Bear, not a bad follow-up to Paku. Red, white, aggro, compassionate healer, eh? You know, I think given the situation, I'm actually quite happy to just play the bear. Get 2 lessons, eh? Not gonna lie, would not have minded to draw at least the lesson. They miss? No, I believe... Yeah, they missed out on a land drop. I'm going to just pass. I think I'd rather hang on to that. Okay. Okay. No, that one is kind of the wrong order to do all of that, so... I'm not sure that I would have done the same in their position. Guess we play our planes, and now we get to cast, what, Octopus Form and a Otter Penguin this turn? If I attack and they block... I don't know. You know? I think I still mill myself. Quite happy about that. Ooh, Wartime Protester is a nasty one. Well, I mean, if they're going to keep letting me do this, I will keep doing it. I mean, that's very spooky, of course, but... I mean, I definitely would block. I think that's 100% the right call. I will take... yeah, we're gonna obviously block like this. Get rid of... I mostly just want to get this Enthusiast out of the way. And I'm, like, fairly content to, clean things up afterwards. I guess on the other hand, maybe I just, like, clear most of their board. Then I get to Watery Grasp, but... I mean, on the flip side, they're gonna just play something big here. Like, yeah, look at that. I was gonna say, I will definitely block that. Attack me for 7, 8? Something like that, 9? Yeah, 9 between these two. 7 plus 2, and then we're gonna block here. That was kind of destined to happen this whole game. We'll take it. Airbending Lesson's an interesting one. Because I can Watery Grasp the Musician. And then Waterbending Lesson, draw 3? No, I probably just got to play Paku after that. Yeah, I think I'm content to Paku and Watery Grasp. No, I can imagine a world where I'll be blocking with that, so... Kyoshi Warrior, huh? That's a good one. Master Paku does get to block 2 things, thankfully, but we are taking 8 here. I mean, if they're not gonna, you know, sure. Can't say I love, love the concept of that, but I think that's what I gotta do, you know? 24 cards, so we're not particularly close to milling, but we are very close to just getting got. So I think we play our 4-3. That's going to threaten to block. This blocks the 1-1. We take 4. If they kill the Leaper, then we have to chump with Paku, of course. Yeah, that's a good card, too. My goodness. Yeah, we're just super dead here. God, this card is just a house. They put out, like, an extra 4 power, 5 power. Let them attack for a bunch right away. Like, we were here sitting here playing Geyser Leapers. And they're playing the 3-2 for 2. Like, yeah. There's a world where I was supposed to Watery Grasp and then just get that thing out of here, but I don't know. It just felt inefficient at the moment, and then, well, we just fell too far behind, so it probably was not negotiable to get that thing out of there. It's a very good card. All right, we see another opponent trying to get our 6th win before our next loss, which will be our final loss. But we're striking distance to a trophy. We've got our block of Paku and a Grasp. So not the strongest of hands, but it's one that I think starts off okay enough. Like, we've got some fairly bad draws right now. Like, drawing Guru, if I don't hit another island, would be kind of rough. Zay would be a really bad draw too, but outside of that, I think we're okay. We're playing 10 blue sources, so, you know, it'd be like that. Anyways, they've taken a mulligan, so at least the luck variance has shined favorably on me today. Yeah, Abandoned Attachment's a good one. They're starting with a swamp. Probably going to just start off with this. We just get rid of the land here. We want an island quite a bit, so target myself. Would not have minded that card, but S-O-C-K-S. Socks, as you will. Pirate Peddler, huh? That's a good card. Now I could just Waterbending Lesson. I don't really want to trade my Paku with the Peddler, but I actually think that's probably fine. I don't think I want the planes here. I think I'd rather these spells just a little bit more. That might force the block. Alright, we'll take it. Deal. Now next turn I have a couple choices. I can do a 3 and a 2 or a 5. I got a couple 5s. Phoenix Fleet Airship. I mean, that's a very good card, of course. What's my best way of dealing with that? I guess the Jailer, but I don't want them to just have, like, sack it to kill it. But I guess that would lose... They would lose out on one of the activations. Yeah, it's a good card. Very, very good card. Again, if they have a second removal spell, I guess you got me. Again, that's one of the... Definitely one of the top cards for sure. Wow. Okay, they do not have a way to get the Earth Kingdom Jailer back. That's really good. Okay. So here, I think I just Watery Grasp June, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably fine. I don't really want to give them June plus... Like, if they go untap, kill spell on Earth Kingdom Jailer, then they just have sack at 2 things, and that's just... That feels unwinnable. So we need to deal with that this turn, and I think this is if you sacrificed. Yeah, so I kind of have to do this right away. I do have time to think, but I don't think this is something I need to think about too much. It probably is. I think I just need to deal with June. I just think there's no alternative. Like, you know. In June we trust. Then I don't really want to block this turn or attack this turn, so we'll just pass. So the nice thing actually we're going to get to do is we're going to get to shuffle their library. I guess I could have done that with something else as well, but, you know, whatever. We got it anyway, so. Okay. I mean, we can't really have too much more. Guess I will draw here. I can Waterbending Lesson and Messenger Hawk, or Hawk and Bird, or Hawk and Penguin. I can Leaper and Penguin. Actually, I do like that, because I will still get to mill them 4 cards. Yeah, I think we're chill. We're big chillin'. Ama? My something. Yeah, that's probably not going to be very good for me. I mean, I guess Watery Grasp? I think that wasn't a good choice. I think they could have had much stronger. They have 19 cards left. I can Waterbending Lesson, tap it again. I could just Katara here. I can Katara with 3 mana. So 5. X is 5 right now. X 6. I think I like that actually. Like, I think I'm not actually that worried about the Phoenix Airship. Like, if that's what they do on their turn, I'm unconcerned. I could attack with 2 things, and then I could make it a 6/6 each, and they block with what? Just that, and I don't think that actually accomplishes very much. But next turn, I feel like we got a lot of goodies coming. Sure. Again, very good card. I don't think that's even close to being strong enough, though. I mean, maybe it is. On the flip side, they're kind of just dead to milling in a couple turns. I think they... Maybe an early concession, but maybe they were just trying to see if they were going to draw something relevant, and if they were too far gone, it's just like I attack for lethal. Actually, no, it is if they didn't draw 2-drop, they were just dead, so... They made the choice to try get their game plan going. But I think they should do that first. Because this only cares at the end of the turn. Yeah. I think what they should have grabbed with Hama was probably... I mean, I guess in my mind, Airbending Lesson would have been the best choice. Because then they were going to attack and then get the second airship right away, and then it wouldn't matter if I, you know, Earth Kingdom Jailered it. But, I mean, they had a sweet deck. The Phoenix airship is really good, of course. Pairing it with blues, maybe not the strongest, but blue-black is probably the strongest pairing, but the Phoenix airship wants more of the white-black stuff, but neither here nor there. We get a chance to play for a trophy. So let me know if this deck, you think if my gameplay deserves a trophy / if the deck does. I think the answer to one of those, I think the answers to those questions is there's one yes and one no. No, I'll let you be the judge. But this is for all the gems. United fronts with basically nothing else. I mean, the airbending lesson to stall a couple extra turns, sure. Say less. Now, I probably should have led with Island so I could play Zay on turn 2, but I don't think that in the end will matter a ton. Rebellious Captives, you say? You know, now it works out. Now we'll have played around removal spell this whole time. Ain't that a hoot? Triple Force. Is this mono green? That's crazy if so. I mean, we're big chilling here. I think I just play this because I'm not going to play this. At the current stage of the game, I think I've got like infinite time. So I can't waterbend 2, but certainly one of these 3 things will be good to discard. Don't need the Sunblessed Peak. I think that's the weakest of the bunch. Sure. No attacks, of course. I'm going to take 2 for a turn, maybe 2. I'm certainly going to block the Captive if they choose to attack. And then I think I just like try to tempo them a little bit. Gonna kind of aggressively use this airbending lesson is kind of the idea. Yeah. Okay. This is mono green. Spicy. That's a spicy meatball. All right. I mean, if I can hold out for 8, well, Bossing Say is really good, of course. There's just no way that you use a kill spell on Paku here, right? I mean, maybe if it's the Earthbend 2-1, right? Like, I guess that would work. And unfortunately, that would not... Well, actually, so what I could do is I could Octopus form and then Airbending lesson, and that would let my guy survive. So they're doing this in a way that lets me... Yeah, I'll just... Guess do that then. Totally fine with this outcome. Sure. I mean, I think as is, I'm just literally gonna try to squeeze out as much life out of my lands as I can. We'll see. If they have another one that would be kind of spicy, okay, they have a forest, or the swamp rather. That does give them the choice to Rock-a-Lanche, to... Oh, they did that. That's the cheap one. What do they have? 1 mana? Green mana or 1? Okay. Yeah, you got me. Nice job. I mean, as it is, I probably need United Front to be a bit bigger. Perfect. Say less. Give me 2 creatures, and they've got 2 expensive things. They've got Bossing Say, of course, but... I mean, as it stands, Rock-a-Lanche is only putting 3 counters on a creature. They could Rebellious Captives and make it a 4/4 and put 2 counters on something. That wouldn't be bad, but that's a lot of their pressure. Not having the Death Touch out is kind of nice for me too. I kind of hope I draw something like a Katara for my mana next turn. So next turn I have white and then 6 mana, so I can make 12 things. Yikes. Well, I mean, I'm not... Obviously, I need to block something. The question is, do I chump and then United Front, or do I double block? I think that's about the same, honestly. Yeah. Take 7, go to 5. Yeah, I just think the concept of blocking is much stronger. Or of chumping, rather. I think I do this turn. I've got 2 chump blockers. And I mean, there's certainly cards that kill me here. Badger Mulcub, that is certainly one of the ones that nearly kills me. I mean, clearly we have to block with a lot, so you got me there. Go to 2. Alright, well, we actually kind of need something else now. 7. They're still kind of ahead, if I'm being honest. I mean, the original game plan was basically to chump with the 1-2. I think in the end that's kind of about the same. Yeah, I mean, everything's lethal, so we have to kind of block. So they can actually put counters on this as well, so it's kind of tricky. We got to chump like this, take 1. 5, because he can... Basically what they get to do now is activate the Rebellious Captives. That's going to put 2 counters on this, giving it trample, 4-power creature. And then they're going to Earthbend on this guy, make it a 9-power thing. And I have 10 on it, so I would need 5 blockers like this. So that's kind of the game plan. I'm going to lose basically everything, and we're kind of just hosed. Like, this combination is kind of disgusting. So I think actually given that, we take the 1 and we double block. Yeah. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, wait. Whoops. Shoot. Well, I think I'm in a really bad position regardless, but certainly taking lethal was a choice. Okay, well, obviously that was bad. But I think I'm really in a not a great position anyway. I've got literally just Guru. And at this point, I'd have a 2-2. Just a 2-2, because that was half the point of keeping it alive, was having an extra creature. So United Front caught me from being so far behind. Man, was there anything else I could have done? I guess just cast United Front earlier, you know, not taking 5-7 damage, I guess. But like Bossing Say, Rockalanche, their deck was sweet. It's everything a mono green deck should have. I mean, I think I played around Earth Rumble reasonably well with our prowess creature, but I think at the end of the day, though, they're just a little too far ahead on board. And my game plan, its weaknesses were revealed when they went trample creature. I was like, I'm kind of fine because nothing has trample, and we can kind of keep just chumping kind of endlessly. And having a bunch of creatures, maybe getting a Katara, that's kind of the game plan, but so be it. 6 wins. That's life. Like, I don't know, maybe I could have drawn like a Jailer or something, gotten rid of that, and then guru'd into Watery Grasp, and that would have bought me a little bit of time. Maybe drawing a Katara the following turn would have made my things large enough, but I don't know. This deck was sweet. Like, look at this thing. We got past United Front, so that was a second pick. Pack 1, pick 2. And then pack 2, pick 1, we opened Katara. So, like, blue-white was just in our destiny. And I kind of wanted to make Ranon Shaw work, which was our pack 1, pick 1, but, I mean, truthfully, it was just a bad idea. Earth King's Lieutenant would have been kind of spicy, and same with the Aromatic Herbalist. In the end, I stand by my decision not to try to make red work. It's kind of close, but it seems to be that was the strongest configuration. And the real failure was at the draft when I missed out on probably a couple pretty good things. Like, imagine I had like a Water Tribe Rallier or Captain and like another couple pieces of filler, so I did not have to play these Leapers. Like, that was just such an awful part of the deck. I mean, honestly, even the Jailer might have been better, or the Soldier would have been better. Hard to say. Tapping Paku was kind of nice. He represented a decent threats, soft threat that is. But I don't know. That was fun. We had a lot of interesting moves. I missed out on a lethal, but that didn't matter with this guy. Otherwise, what else to talk about? I think 3 was a good number of waterbending lessons for the deck. I don't think I would have liked a 4th. And of course, 1 or 2 would still have been fine, but yeah. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed today's video. I'm going to be back to posting as often as I can, which is about once a day. I'll probably get a couple videos queued up in a row, so that way I'm not forced to play every single day, because that's just not what I do. So in order to best deliver content the way the algorithm likes, which is about once a day, we're going to keep it this way for a while. Anyways, hope you're doing well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care.